Hello, welcome to the Sengoku Studies channel. Thank you for stopping by. Anthony Cummins on the Samurai and Ninja History channel did a video for this month about wearing the sode, the large shoulder guards, where he mainly focused on positioning and some of the parts. This video is going to be about wearing sode as well. However, I'm going to focus on the sode and kote for tosei gusoku and how they were attached. I've got some images for this video from Chris Glenn. Although I did not use all of them, he gave me permission to use a lot of good pictures, which helped me out a lot. He has helped me before and he knows a lot about Japanese armor. He has two Facebook groups, one called Samurai History and Culture and the other the Battle of Sekigahara, both of which will be linked in the description. As this is part of the monthly Samurai and Ninja Topics videos, the link to the playlist and such will be in the pinned comment. I've used the term tosei gusoku before. This is a broad term that, in its most simple meaning, refers to various armor styles being developed and gaining popularity in the 15th and 16th centuries. These generally, albeit not always, had fewer, larger plates and less lacing. Not everyone had tosei gusoku though, of course, and the older style haramaki and domaru armor were still around in the Sengoku period, especially early on. So what I'll be talking about will not be a universal truth for the Sengoku period, but they were changes related to tosei gusoku. In earlier periods, the sode were attached by a complex system of cords and rings. I have a video focusing on those rings that go into a little bit more if you want to watch. I will link that in the description. Even the smaller sode one may find on the haramaki and domaru of these earlier periods were connected by cords and rings. In the mid-15th century and through the rest of the Sengoku period, we see a general simplification of the nuts and bolts of armor. The tosei gusoku, meaning modern armor, mentioned before. Two of the elements that were simplified were how the sode, the shoulder guards, and the kote, the armored sleeves, were attached to the do, the main body armor. Tosei gusoku usually employed a toggle system for the sode. A peg called the kote would be put through a loop and then tightened. Here circled in red is the kote, the peg for the loop. Circled in blue is the kote, which slides to tighten or loosen. Here is a video from the YouTube channel TYY, and I do not know how to read the rest of the name. The link to the full video will be in the description. It has been used with their permission, and it shows one way that this peg and loop toggle system works. There was variation. Sometimes the loop would be on the sode and the peg would be on the shoulder straps, and sometimes the pegs would be on the sode and the loops would be on the shoulder straps. Part 7. Despite what you may have seen in replica armor, samurai movies, and shows, tosei gusoku usually had the kote, the armored sleeve, attached through this same toggle loop peg system. The style of kote on screen, where there is fabric covering the upper chest and cords are tied on the opposite side of the body from the kote, had largely fallen out of favor. However, they were still often used with the older style armor, but tosei gusoku typically did not use this type of kote. This style did make a limited comeback kind of in the Edo period. There is not too much I can elaborate on about attaching the kote, as they were basically attached in the same way the sode were. However, I did want to mention this as this is something that is often inaccurate in modern reproductions of tosei gusoku. Here is a close-up of the shoulder area. Now, this is just one example of how this may have all fitted together. You can see the sode and the shoulder strap have loops, and the kote has kohaze. So the loops on the sode are put over the kohaze and cord on the kote so that the sode kind of hanging on the kote. The kote is then attached to the loops on the shoulder strap by the kohaze. Finally, the kohaze on the shoulder strap loop is tightened, securing the armor in place. As you can see, this whole rig was much more simple. There was less cording, less knotting, making it less susceptible to being cut off. It was also much easier to put on and take off. It became the popular way for sode and kote to be attached to the do. There were even some cases, like the one on the screen, where the sode were sewn to the kote so it could all be put on as one piece. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If so, please consider sharing, liking, and subscribing. Links will be in the description, including links to the channel's social media. The playlist will be in the pinned comment. I hope to see you again in the next video. For now, take care.